Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trap coming at you. And first of all, I'm sorry about the random test videos if those have been annoying or something like that. Um, yeah, we're testing a new uploading system. YouTube just released an API for uploading to them, which for those of you that aren't TED Leads or Program Zors, that basically means they're making it easier to upload through ways other than the website. So we were testing a script to upload stuff. Anyway, point being, that's why the random weird videos, because I was just uploading random MP3s with random video files to try and see if it would work. And anyway, yeah. Getting back to this game though, real quick. This is the first game of the MST, that is MSL Survivor Tournament, Group 5. And this is going to be C versus Shuttle. So, by the way, let me know what you think about the random test videos. I thought they were kind of fun, so I just left them up. And people seem to enjoy them, but if they're just annoying, then let me know and I'll take them down. Or I won't keep them up as long next time. But I thought they turned out kind of interesting, especially the one with the Chocolate Rain song, along with the kite flying around. This video that a friend of mine had me use, and it worked out pretty well, actually. Anyway, so we got Shuttle spawning in the bottom left-hand corner here, and C is the brown Terran in the top right-hand corner. And they're going to be facing off on Byzantium 2. I haven't actually had a chance to take too close of a look at this map. I mean, as far as uh, the new changes. I mean, I looked at it a little bit, and they did. It used to be incredibly favored toward Terran, and I think they moved the expansions around a little bit and removed some of the stuff in the way at the choke point. So that made it a little bit less biased, because then you don't have with a smaller choke point. It's really easy for a Terran to wall off, and you can still wall off now, but it's not as easy. And it's a lot better for a Terran to have that small choke point to focus troops through, so you can concentrate your fire, that sort of thing, if there's a frontal assault on your natural. Same thing actually for Protoss. It's good for a Protoss to have a small choke if a Zerg is trying to barrel down there. And wow, this is really weird. C is actually walling off his ramp from the bottom, which is a little strange, I gotta say. I mean, yeah, that's kind of weird. It's going to prevent any scouts from getting or whatever, but he's going to have a little bit of a disadvantage with that low ground there, especially if it becomes sort of the normal battle that you see in the kind of early game with Terran versus Protoss, where the Protoss has a few goons out, and Shuttle scouting cross position, so he's going to spot C, by the way. So this is interesting. He could have been checking for proxies in the middle, or sometimes you'll see players scout cross positions because they have a plan that will work better, or that will only work they'll only work well, I guess, if they're cross positioned, or a plan that'll work well if they're not cross positioned. So you want to check that first before going with your build. But anyway, yeah, so C, though, because he's building this thing here at his ramp, either he really wanted to make sure he didn't get scouted, or he could theoretically have a plan as well, something that would involve not being scouted, or that's not going to be a big deal if the Dragoons come in there. He's going for a quick factory, and we'll see soon if he decides to get another factory down or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get a second factory, actually. And here we see he's got SCVs on gas still. So yeah, what I was going to say is I think he's probably going to need a second factory, because otherwise if he was just going for a one factory and command center, he'd be stuck on the bottom there, and he'd be at a real disadvantage when Dragoons came in. He'd basically get pinned in his base in the long term. So the only way to really have that work would be to have him get a second factory and move out. Although I haven't seen a second factory put down yet, so maybe he might be going for a starport or something like that. And oh, we got a gateway and a core out for Shuttle, but he's got a probe camped out nearby. Oh, the SCV is not going to get in, although we probably wouldn't have been able to see anything too interesting regardless. But it looks like that probe is setting up for a proxy of some kind, probably a proxy robotics facility. Really, it can be really effective, especially in a map like this. where it's kind of wide open. You have a lot of base to cover, and especially if no, never mind. I was all excited for a proxy robo, and it turned out he was just getting ready to run back in, try and get a scout in there in case he moved out. Okay, so actually he is building a command center. So I find that a little bit strange, but you know, C knows best. So by the way, just to give you a little bit of background on the players as well, C Shield, very very strong Terran player. Very well known for being a strong force in the Pro League. Has not been playing terribly well recently, though. And I say terribly well. He's still been playing well. He always plays well, but he never really plays spectacularly well. Sometimes he does in the Pro League, but when it comes to the individual leagues, he's famous for folding and not doing very well in individual leagues. Anyway, Shuttle, on the other hand, he is kind of an up-and-coming Protoss player. I don't think he's quite in the upper echelon ranks yet, but he did really, really well in the first season of the GOM Classic, and he unfortunately failed out pretty early in this season of the GOM Classic. But last season, I think he got 4th place in the GOM Classic or something like that, and I think he won the award for the most wins in a row, or something like that, which they do in the GOM Classic. Anyway, yeah, so this is interesting that usually for this kind of a build, the Terran will take SCVs off of gas in order to get enough minerals a little tiny bit quicker, to get their command center out a little bit quicker. And whoa, okay, by the way, we're seeing an Arbiter rush here from Shuttle, so this is going to be really interesting. He's going straight for the archives and a Stargate. But C is going to be all over it, though. He's going to have it, well, all over it for Dark Templar at least, and he's doing a nice job. He's got a turret up there, and he's got his barracks protecting that turret, so it's going to be hard for those Dragoons to target fire that turret down if he wants to try and, kill the turret real quick, sacrifice his troops to kill the turret so he can get a Dark Templar in there or something like that. So Dark Templar are not going to work at all, because C is not only has turrets around, but he's going to have Comsat before too long as well. 2 Comsats, actually, before too long. So that'd make it really difficult for him to pull anything off in that regard. But, yeah, what I was saying is, usually the Terrans take SCVs off gas so they can get that command center a little bit earlier. It looks like C did not take his SCVs off of gas that time. He got his command center up a little bit later, I believe. Although he was able to keep his gas intake, and it's probably why he was able to get siege mode up pretty quick. And there's a Comsat station going on there right now. At least that's my take on it. I could have missed something, and I'm sure if I did, someone will point it out to me, because they always do. Arbiter's already on the way, so this is really, really fast Arbiters. We're going to see an Arbiter before 8 minutes into the game, basically, and another expansion going up here as well for Shuttle. So Shuttle just trying to take advantage of the fact that nothing's going on. Comsat! Whoa, I'm not sure. He saw the Stargate. He must know what's happening, actually. He must know what's happening, because he saw the Stargate. I don't know if that Comsat hit the Templar Archives or the Arbiter Tribunal, so I don't know if he knows that those exist, but he may have seen the edge of it. I'm not sure. But either way, he's got to know what's coming, I think. And whoa, hey, there's some Dark Templar, come to think of it. And oh no, Shuttle, what are you doing? Shuttle running his second Dark Templar into the range of the Comsat. It was outside, could have stayed out of the Comsat. Instead of running, he tried to engage those vultures with his Dark Templar. He may not have even been paying attention to them, honestly, and loses both Dark Templar, and that is going to be huge, because now C is going to be able to move out here and either do kind of an early push, try and do a timing push while this tech is not out yet with the Arbiters, or he could, and the expansion, come to think of it, or he could also be thinking of just moving out to take a third base. It looks like he's going to try and push in a little bit, though. It's hard to tell. I'm watching this on YouTube at the moment, so it's hard to tell what exactly is going on in the minimap. The resolution's a little low. But, okay, never mind. C, oh, there he is. C, yeah, C is trying to move in here, putting up turrets next to those tanks as well, so they're going to be able to deal with any other Dark Templar. Although he only has 4 tanks, he has 1 Vulture to support. There's no Speed Zealots in the range, but I think if Shuttle gets his next round of Dragoons out here, and the Arbiter, Arbiter's not going to make too much of a difference because it calms down the turrets, what have you. But still, there are only 4 tanks there. He could probably take those down with just those Dragoons and reinforcements. Although I don't see any